No, the problem of reservations, like many other things in India, is it's seen as a zero-sum game. As long as it remains a zero-sum game, whether it is Gujjars versus Meenas in Rajasthan, or many communities in Andhra Pradesh that seek reservation, or classification reservations, or minorities, it will continue to be a polarizing issue. It will not benefit society at large. It will only give vote banks to certain politicians and parties, and it will mess up India. First, we have to recognize that under Indian conditions, given the fact that caste is still a determinant of poverty and lack of opportunity for the bulk of the people, for some time caste will continue to be a key factor, not the sole factor, but a key factor in affirmative action. But, and this is important, Loksatta has three significant innovations in this. One, in the name of caste, a collector's son, a district magistrate's son, a minister's daughter, an MLA's brother cannot get reservation benefit in education or employment. It's absurd. People who already achieved a certain status in terms of income, opportunity, education, they cannot benefit from reservations. If I am a doctor, if I continue to seek reservation for my son, then it makes no sense at all. What is the purpose of reservation? The idea is that once economic opportunities, educational opportunities are given, you can come out of discrimination. If even then you claim discrimination and then you give the benefits only to your children, it is the poor in your community that are not getting the opportunity. Therefore, the very logic of reservation actually fails. Therefore, it must be limited to those who actually are suffering discrimination, and those who got the benefit on account of education or profession or economic status or position, they must be taken out. Two, there are many people out of abject poverty, sometimes village life, and because of parental illiteracy, their children have no opportunity even though they are not in the reserved communities. Now, we cannot add reservations because we already reached 50% limit in almost all states. In some states, we crossed 50%. That is the Supreme Court's embargo, but it is a right embargo. We cannot go on making 100% reservations. Therefore, give weightage. In other words, don't have a quota, but give a 5% or so handicap, that what percentage in what examination or what job, that can be determined by experts based on evidence and logic. But some kind of a handicap, a 5% added weightage to your scores, so that your 80% is equal to 85% of another person, and you have a head start. That kind of innovative mechanism, so that the heartburn among the truly poor and disadvantaged, among the so-called upper caste, that is not there. Third, and this is the most important thing, the real challenge is not really reservation. Reservation comes when? Only in higher education or in jobs. And in order to have a chance in higher education, you must get decent school education. Indian school education is among the absolute worst in the world. It's not just bad, it is among the worst in the world. Out of the 74 countries surveyed, at the age of 15, in terms of school education outcomes, India is ranked 73rd. 73rd. It's a survey called PISA survey, PISA, Program for International Students Assessment. Those of you who have time, please look up the website, you will know. In the 2009 survey, we were ranked 73rd above only one country, Kyrgyzstan, an unknown country in Central Asia, north of Afghanistan. It's a disgrace. We have to really make conscious and deliberate efforts to improve the quality of outcomes in school education. Right to Education Act is a fraud. It is a farce in the country. There is a phenomenal demand for education. Even the poorest are sending their kids, spending disproportionate sums out of pocket. Even rickshaw pullers and vegetable vendors are spending 500 rupees, 1000 rupees per month in the hope that the children will get a better chance. The challenge is how to improve the outcomes. A whole lot of instruments are available, measuring outcomes, having charter schools, having vouchers, because private education has become increasingly common in this country. And you have to do many things. The answers are self-evident if you really pay attention. But we are committed to that, Loksatta. Once you do these three things, progressively reservation will be reduced. If there is a 50% reservation today, once there is disreservation of a significant section of people because they've already come above a certain line, every year you can bring down reservation by 1 or 2%. Within 15-20%, the reservation problem will disappear. You cannot suddenly remove reservation. You cannot go on having reservation, and you cannot suddenly add to reservations. There has to be a graded, a very balanced, mature approach, and we tried this out. The wonderful thing is, in the most polarizing issue in India, reservation is about the most polarizing issue in India. Both the upper caste and lower caste, rich and poor, urban and rural, they are completely enchanted by Loksatta's solution. This is what we're committed to. This is what we'll force the system to adopt, and this is the change we'll bring about in reservations.